So probably not a sign you see every day, but it's a thing. It's a thing. Hey there everybody, it's Russ. Today a little bit of an outside video. It is a nippy 33 degrees, so just above freezing. I'm gonna go on a pretty chill ride, but I thought I'd give you guys a couple updates about what's going on with the channel this winter. So first off, there are 3 more bike reviews I'm gonna publish. One of them really soon, one of them under embargo, and one of them the bike hasn't arrived yet, but will next week. And I might push that review into next year. Secondly, a couple more gear reviews, some gear updates using things after a year. I know the channel's been really review heavy this year. Part of it is just circumstances, wildfire smoke, cancer, pandemic, lots of things preventing us from doing more venture style videos. Trying the best I can. Still testing a couple things. One of them is this whole snap mount system, which I think is actually pretty darn good if you want to do this bike YouTube thing. It's basically a quick release system for the GoPro using magnets, and you can attach it to your handlebars, chesty, or wherever. If you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below. Review coming soon on that. Steep hill coming up. This one always gets the heart pumping. Not long, but you know, 17% in parts. This part's a good place to see how well tires grip. Oh, ouch. Okay. Hopefully it's not too icy. A couple icy spots, not too bad. So one of the things I put back on Laura's bike is the P&W Components, I think it's the Coast dropper / suspension seat post. Makes total sense on this bike, makes it goofy fun. Best part is that it's externally routed, so super easy to install and take off. My personal feeling is if you're gonna get either a dropper post or a suspension fork for your grav bike, dropper post is way more useful, I think. So just cruising through the woods, hopefully no bears. So believe it or not, it was in this field where we saw our first bear in Missoula. It was totally chilling out with some cows that were grazing here, and I looked over and I told Laura that does not look like a cow over there. Sure enough, pretty good black bear right over there. Living with all this wilderness nearby is still something that I'm getting used to. So this is a cool little spot. It used to be dammed. There used to be a reservoir here, but they tore it down recently. They're gonna turn it into a park with some more public access. Unfortunately, no fishing here, which is a bummer because this would be an awesome place to fish. So it's not yet open. I think there's probably another 2 or 3 years before they finish whatever work they're gonna do over there. Always good to see more open space. All right, here we go. A little bit of frost on the ground. So as you guys can see, it's pretty cold. During the winter, this just becomes ice and almost completely unrideable without said tires. Even with a full-on fat bike, you just kind of slip and fall over. So frosty but not icy yet so far. This is that part of the year when I usually start thinking about putting studded tires on. They're not my favorite to ride in, so I've been totally stalling, but this might be the last weekend until it gets really cold. So before I roll up to the trailhead, which is gonna have a bunch of people, we should talk a little bit more about our plans. So we're gonna leave Missoula for hopefully a couple weeks, drive through Oregon for a little bit, spend some time in California, hopefully the Carrizo Plains, Southern California, maybe pop down into Arizona. I really want to see what's been going on down in Patagonia, and also if we can stop by the Appleton Whitell Research Ranch. Talking to Sarah and Christina, it just sounds like an awesome place. Not a whole lot has changed on the bike. Again, it's got the suspension dropper post by P&W Components. Up here is a new Zeitgeist, part of the Dovetail collection from Swift. We're actually going to be giving away a full set. So Zeitgeist, 2 feed bags, another handlebar bag, binos. It's gonna be an awesome giveaway for our Patreon members. So you should totally join our Patreon. Here's a little bit closer look at the snap mount system here. This is part of the snap mount. I've put it on this handlebar adapter for GoPro things, and I can very quickly just snap it on the handlebars, but then remove it to do a piece of camera. There is another mount here that's on the chesty, and again, snap it on there, get some quick riding footage, pull it off, and then do a piece of camera. It does make the chesty footage a little bit more bouncier because it adds mass and weight to the GoPro, but not too bad for the kind of stuff that we film. I know some of you have been asking about this vest I've been wearing. So I bought this. This is the vest by Kitspo, and they have this whole story about how the material was made for special forces, all this stuff. Pretty warm, but I do have quite a few serious issues with it. The sizing is definitely on the small size, so size up. Probably my biggest complaint are the lack of useful pockets. There is one chest pocket here, and it's absolutely tiny. It does not fit a phone. I put an iPhone here, and a third of it is sticking out. It does have 2 side warmer pockets, not zippered, which I think is weird, because if you're going to take this mountain biking and you've got your phone in your side pockets because it doesn't fit in this one, it could pop out. So it'd be nice if the side pockets were zippered. And then it has this tiny little pocket there where you can fit a dime bag, and that's about it. So I don't get it. I think the vest overall is a nice material, but the functionality is just, I don't know, Kitspo, you could have done better. Okay, enough whinging. Let's go ride a little bit more, and then I will bust out the temperature thermometer gun, and we'll see the temperature difference in the ambient air versus the Pogi. So I thought I'd stop and film this real quick because I get a kick out of it every time I ride by. Be Bear Aware trailer gives you some instructions for how to hang your stuff away from the bears, some ID information between black and grizzly, as well as demo pack. Always good information to have. So probably not a sign you see every day, but it's a thing. It's a thing. So frosty. Guess it's better than mud. Some ice. Not too bad, even a little climbing. So where I'm riding through is the main corridor of the rattlesnake. Kind of reminds me of Leif Erikson in Portland, but with bears. And way more wild. During the winter, this is all snow. A trail they actually groom for Nordic skiing. If you're on a fat bike, you kind of have to ride in the lumpy in between of the trail. Kind of sucks. Not my favorite for fat biking. My muck luck to a viewer that lives in Montana, by the way. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Just because the local fat biking in town without having to drive, just not so great. I found that I could commute pretty well on 27.5 plus size tires with spikes better than with the fat bike. Yeah, so back to winter plans. There's just a list of rides and places I've been putting off doing, but I just gotta do. So like riding Gibraltar Road, Nacimiento Ferguson, the 33 into Rose Valley, revisiting the Carrizo Plain, checking out the Alabama hills, going to Patagonia, Arizona, Elgin, Arizona. So many places, so many rides to do. And if there's one thing that this year has taught us, it's can't wait. All that to say that if you have a ride suggestion or a shop that we should do a video on, let us know either on the gram or in the comments below. So I've been riding for about an hour. Endurance pace, not hammering it. Let's see how warm the Pogies are compared to outside air temperature. So hopefully this is in view. So 36 degrees outside. Let's see how warm my hands are. So 77 degrees, definitely keeping my hands warm. Again, not a sponsored post. I bought these. I'm only talking about them because I think they are really, really good. I know some of you expressed concerns that, it's dangerous. If you think these are dangerous, let me tell you about clipless pedals. Yes, it does take a little bit of coordination, the same as taking your hand out of a paper bag. For me, they work, so I'm gonna rock them. Tell us where we should go, where we should ride this winter. Look for more gear updates and hopefully more adventure videos once we get into warmer climbs. As always, keep the supple side down.